Hey, it's Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb, and on this episode, we're going to talk about intermittent fasting while I'm not driving and pulled over. Hi, loves, it's Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb, and I'm in my car. I have a meeting with my agent, and that's why I'm all zhuzhed up. But I had a few minutes before I walk in for my appointment and wanted to buzz on to talk about intermittent fasting because many of y'all have asked, and I've kind of kept it on the down low. I've alluded to it in some of my videos, but I want to talk about it more today, like just do a designated video for it. So before we dive in, if you like this video, click like, click subscribe, and then it'll pop up more for you in your analytics with the YouTube analytics. I want to see you. And I want your friends to see me too. So feel free to share this on Facebook or no, you can't share it on Instagram. Share it on Facebook. Like this video, and you find value in it. So, okay, so intermittent fasting. So backstory, I'm a mom of two. My most important job besides being an amazing wife to my husband and him being an amazing husband to me, also own multiple companies, have a really, really enriched, busy schedule with life, just like y'all. Enriched, busy. Most of y'all are moms, or if you're not moms, you're fur mamas. And there's some dudes watching this too, and that's awesome, and I love it. I see in the analytics that we have people from the United Kingdom and Australia and in the Middle East and other countries, and I'm really excited that it's just not people from the United States watching, so woohoo! So intermittent fasting. So I talked about my background, a little bit of a story, and I've lost 50 pounds with keto, and now in 2018, I'm gonna do a repeat. I wanna lose 50 to 75 pounds again this year and do the same thing over again, which I'm really excited about. So people have asked me about intermittent fasting, and here's my answer. The answer is I have done intermittent fasting. And basically, if you don't know what intermittent fasting is, it's where you fast, basically. You eat at certain periods, you eat in chunks. So you can eat for 8 to 10 hours, and then the other, 14 to 16 hours, you're not eating, you're fasting, basically. And sorry, these cars are in the background. I'm in kind of a busy shopping plaza. I pulled over. Let me just lock my doors there. Just make sure the doors are locked. And so you eat for a period, and then you don't eat for a longer period. And so this helps burn fat faster. It helps make more lean mass. It helps aid, and it goes along with the keto diet with it. And a lot of people do it, and a lot of people don't do it. So what I first say to people is it's up to you as to what you feel like you want to do for fasting, and a couple of pros and a couple of cons with it. The pros are that it helps you lose, and it helps scientifically, it helps you lose weight faster. By eating those chunks, you're pushing your metabolism, and then you're giving your body a chance to rest, and then you're pushing your metabolism again. It's also not spiking your insulin by having the fast. It's not spiking your insulin as much throughout the day scientifically. The other pros to that are there's not a mind F of thinking. And for some of my ladies like me who have had relationship with food, defining the relationship with food, I should say, that this can be awesome because you have periods of where you're not thinking about food. You're like, I'm not eating now. And because your body's fat adapted, you want to do it when you're fat adapted. Don't do this like the first week that you're in keto. Don't do that. Because you're not there yet. Your body needs to acclimate and get fat adapted, which could take 3 to 4 weeks. It can take a little period. At least that's my experience. Everybody's body's different. And that's what I want to preface this whole thing with is everybody's freaking body's different. So why don't we all just be kind to each other and be kind to our bodies? And don't leave trolly YouTube comments down here because there's no room for that. And this positivity, all my countesses out there, my countesses in the royal court, we only want positivity. That only do this if you're fat adapted, and don't add in, don't try to do this if you've just started. Okay, so that's one of the rules, if we can say. The other thing is you want to have your food figured out and have kind of a game plan. So my background in this, and this is why I'm somewhat gun shy, I've done it and I've had great results from it, but also my background is that I had an eating disorder. I'm in recovery from an eating disorder, and that triggers for me some of those old tapes pop up like, ooh, and it starts with the mind F, which I've talked about in other videos that that's why I love keto, because it takes the mind F out of things. And in some ways the intermittent fasting takes the mind F out of it because you're not hungry during that fasting period because you're fat adapted. You're not hungry, which is great. I mean, that's wonderful. To not have that mind F with it is amazing. But then the other part of it in my brain, I can take it to the next level and take it to an unhealthy place. And so I just want to caution people, if you've had previous eating disorders, that, it could awaken some of those bears that have been dormant and sleeping in their caves. And so just be mindful of that. Just be mindful of that. But it is a great thing. And being a mom to a 2-year-old and busy, that like not having to eat for periods is awesome. It's amazing because I can focus in on other things, and taking one thing off my to-do, my awesome Emily Ley L-E-Y planner my husband got me for Christmas. Taking one thing off of that checklist is awesome, and eliminates one thing that I have to do. So that's why, one of the reasons why I like it. It gives your body a break from eating. It gives your body a rest when you're not eating. When you are eating, you're eating heavier meals, so to speak, because you're not cramming it, but you're putting it in an 8 to 10 hour window to eat. So when I do this, it would be something like 9 a.m. to, what's the math? 9 a.m. to, if I did it 8 hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'd be eating. So which I was kind of doing anyways when I was fat. Because I'd go to like McDonald's and like Burger King and stuff, and then I wouldn't eat for the rest of the day, and it was crazy. Like I said, I had an unhealthy relationship with food before. And so with this, it's eating at around 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m., then stopping at 5:30, and then having it all in there, and then not eating at night for people who are former snackers. I raise my hand to that. I'm a former night binger, night snacker. I think snacker's a nicer way to say than binging. Lots of food. Let me just move my body here. So not having those night snacks, taking that off the table, like, okay, I'm done, and being like totally cool with it because my body's fat adapted and I'm not hungry. Then I just drink water and I have Pellegrino, or I'll have a hot tea, or I'll have a decaf coffee. I'll have liquids. You can have, some people don't have liquids. I have liquids in there because I feel like I need to flush. And with keto, I flush a lot. I like flushing a lot more water than I normally would. Plus, it's a natural diuretic anyway, so you're going to pee like a racehorse. Get sexy legs from going to the bathroom so much. But with the intermittent fasting, that you want to pump the liquids, but then at nighttime you're not eating. And for me, that turns the night F off of, I don't have to eat. I'm done eating. The kitchen's closed. And it's kind of like, for me, I needed to have, someone had suggested this a while back and I loved it. They have like a sign that they flip in their kitchen, like kitchen's closed. And so I've done that, like mentally, like flipping the lights, like kitchen's closed now, I'm not going back. And that's been awesome because it gives my body a rest. And so in that time after, when I'm not eating, I'll put my 2-year-old son to bed, which he's been waking up in the middle of the night incessantly for the past 3 weeks, and I have not slept. And so any moms have any suggestions to how, like randomly he slept by himself for the past 2 years. Like we had sleep trained him really well. And then now he wakes up and we have to sleep with him, or he sleeps with us. So any tips, put below in the comments, because I'm dying, like I'm so tired. But at night, not having to eat or like snack or binge eat or whatever, it opens up all this time. So I've been going to bed earlier when I wasn't waking up a million times in the night with my son. But I would just put my pajamas on and go to bed. I'd talk to my husband, I'd read a book, get caught up on some social media, but it freed up a whole bunch of time, not having to think about like that. But making sure that you plan out your intermittent fastings. People just do it. Like once you get fat adapted, that's just how you roll. Some people do it for a period of time. I mean, there's so many different options, but what I really, really, really want to say, because I know someone's going to be a smart aleck and right below and tell me everything. Like, don't do that. Because I'm just going to delete it. But do what's best for your body is my point. Like you do your body, I'll do my body. All kind of be loving to our own bodies. Not kind of, we will be loving to our own bodies. And what works for some people does not work for other people. And what works for other people does not work for some people. So there's like two sides to every coin. So I say the intermittent fasting can be awesome, and there's some detriments to it. You have to be fat adapted to do it. It can waken up old bears that have been dormantly sleeping. But it's a really cool tool. Like if you want to get some good weight loss in, this is my plan. So I want to get 3 to 4 weeks of being fat adapted under my belt, have like a really, like basically it's a month of secure footing, and then I'm going to do this more intermittent fasting, where it's kind of like a planned thing for me. And again, some people plan it, some people don't. For me, I'm going to plan it just like with my schedule of like, okay, here's when I'm going to do it, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever. So that's kind of where I'm at with the whole intermittent fasting. Again, I feel like people are gonna like roll me over. I can't take the YouTube trolls. I really can't take it. So go back under the bridge if they're gonna be a YouTube troll, but it's from the other 97% normal people out there. I love you guys so super much. Do what's best for your body. Do some more research on fasting if you feel like that's something else. Once you're fat adapted, you can add to your ketoness. If you're not doing keto and you're doing low carb, awesome. I think that there's still a way that you can maybe stop eating at, say, 7 o'clock or stop eating at 6:30 p.m. to give your body a nice little break from having to process food, process things like that. We're processing meat, we're processing butter. Let's give our bodies a little break. So here comes a huge truck. Holy moly. Oh, he's going through. Where are you going, buddy? Oh, he's got ice cream. He needs to go away. Shoo shoo. Anyways, I love you guys so super much. Consider liking this video. Consider subscribing. And I want to hear your thoughts about your intermittent fasting. Now, again, if I want to hear your thoughts about intermittent fasting, it's not being critical. It's being like if you're having an issue, let's talk about it. But let's love each other and let's talk about it, but not in like a mean way, because I just don't have time for it today. Anyways, I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.